Hi everyone, my name is Adarsh Mishra and today we are going to solve another problem of CodeChef. So here we have to solve our seventh question, small factorials. So the problem code of this question is FCTRL2. So you can search this problem code from clicking on practice and learn, and then you can see here search problem by tags. You have to write this problem code inside that tag section, and then you can access this question. So the question is all about factorial. So what is a factorial? Factorial of any number. Like we are saying that we have to calculate the factorial of 5. So in that case, the factorial of 5 will be 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So for any number n, the factorial will be n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 up to 1. So here the question is, you are asked to calculate factorials of small positive integers. So we are getting small positive integers, means we are not getting a very large value. So what is the input criteria? So we are getting an integer t. T means number of test cases. So number of test cases denote the number of queries which the computer is going to give us. And after that we have a single integer n, and the value of n will be in between 1 to 100. So here 1 and 100 are inclusive. So what is the pattern of output? For each integer n given at input position, display aligned with the value of n factorial. So in this case, in this example, the sample input is number of test cases are 4. So we are getting 4 input, 1, 2, 5 and 3. These are the value of n. For every value of n, we have to calculate a factorial. So factorial of 1 is 1. Factorial of 2 is 2 into 1. Factorial of 5 is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. And factorial of 3 is 3 into 2 into 1. So for these particular cases, we are getting sample output. So we are going to solve it on our Python ideally. So let's open. We are going to file, then new file, and then our question is small factorials. Let me write this here. Question number 7, hashtag 7 small factorials. So we are getting number of test cases as an input. So what we are going to write? We are going to write test is equal to, it is an integer value, then we are typecasting it into integer. Then we are going to take multiple values from user. So while the value of test is greater than 0, we have to take an input from user. So n is equal to integer input, because n is an integer value. In that case, what we are going to do, we have got this value of n, then we have to pass it to a function. So let us call that function factorial function. So we are going to pass this value of n into factorial function, and then we have to decrease the value of test cases. Okay, so for this particular function, we have to create this function. So what we are going to write, def factorial, it is going to take one input. Then how to solve a factorial problem? So in this scenario, we have to calculate n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 up to 1. So we can reverse that. It means we can also write 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 up to n. So we are going to do the same thing. So for that we have to calculate factorial. So we are going to write fact is equal to 1. So we are going to initialize the value 1 to fact, and then we are going to write a loop for I in range. So we know that the value of n. So what we are going to do, we are going to loop it into a range from 1 to n plus 1. Then let's remove this thing. Then what we are going to do, we are going to write factorial is equal to factorial into I. So in that case, for every value of I, we are going to multiply that value to the value of factorial. If the value of factorial is 0, then whatever the value of I will be, the answer always will be 0. So in that case, we have written fact is equal to 1, because any number which can be multiplied by 0, the result is always 0. So we are going to loop it from 1 to n plus 1. N plus plus 1 means we are considering n also. Then we are getting this factorial, and then we are going to print fact. I'm sorry, here we are going to write fact. So let's see whether we are getting output or not. So we are going to save it as small factorial in our desktop window. 7 dot small factorial and save. So it is asking for input, so we will give our sample input, and let's see whether we are getting our sample output or not. So we are getting 1, 2, 120 and 6. So let's check. 1, 2, 120 and 6 means the answer is correct. So what we have done, we have written here the value of test case, then we are going to loop it that many times. Like if the value of test case is 4, we are going to loop 4 times, and every time we are going to take an input from user and store that value into n. After that we are going to pass that the value of n to factorial function. We have here we have factorial function n, which will receive an integer n, and after that we are going to initialize the value of fact by 1. Then we are going to write a loop for I in range 1 up to that number, and then we are going to multiply every number, and we are going to multiply every number, and also we are going to save that value into fact. Then what we are going to do, we are going to print the value of fact. The answer is correct. So there is one more method, like this is the first method by which we can solve this. So here we can just comment this section right here. So instead of calling a factorial function, what we can do, we can also write here import math, because we have a math module in Python, in which we can write, we have a function math dot factorial, and if we pass the value of n inside it, we will get the factorial of a number. And what we have to do, we have to print it. So we can also write here print math dot factorial, and it will also give the same value. So here for the same value set, input set, we are getting 1, 2, 120 and 6 as output, which is exactly same that what we want. So you can use either of these two methods, and there is one more method of recursion. So I don't think so that this is the time to tell you about recursion, but right now you can use this is a very simple method to solve this type of question. So as you know, the code is in front of you, you have to solve it, and you have to copy the particular code into your code pane, and then you will get the correct answer. Click on these videos right here and be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.